Hey guys, what's going on? It's your girl LarJ here. I am beginning a new series. We have like 5 million series on this channel, I know, but this one is going to be interesting because I'm actually going to be reading to you some of my diary entries from like the years 2004, 2005 and onward. So I gotta give you a whole backstory because, you know, it's like, why? Why did I have so many diaries? Well, I don't know if any of you remember a website called Xanga. It was Xanga, Xanga.com. It came up before MySpace. It was basically a website where you were able to write down all your thoughts and stuff, follow other people. It was a blog. And it was what all the cool kids were doing in the 8th grade, and I happened to be one of those cool kids. Kidding. But seriously, I expressed all my emotions and feelings on my blog, not realizing that, you know, I was hurting a lot of people. Or I mean, I guess I knew I was hurting them, but I didn't care. I was not very nice. I thought I was a nice person, I really did, but apparently I wasn't. So I wrote junk about a lot of people. Like in church, I said that the choir sounded terrible and that, you know, they suck and all this stuff, and it was awful. And my mother got sick and tired of people calling her and telling her off because of my entries. So she was like,
you know what, Larianne, come off Xanga and don't go back on until next year.
And she told me this in like November, and I thought I was gonna lose my mind. I probably cried that day. I probably did. I loved Xanga. I wrote in it like multiple times a day, every single day. Everything that happened to me was written in my Xanga. And if it was too private and too personal, which didn't really happen because I was like what, 12, 13. I didn't really have a lot of private stuff. But if it was private, then I made a private post. So my whole life was on Xanga, okay? When mommy kicked me off, I turned to a red notebook that I found in the house that we bought from Staples. And that's how I started my diary. It is so cheesy. Look at the cover. It says like all these things that I learned in health class. I drew this dove on every single thing that I owned because I thought I was so good at it. And it was just weird. So now that you know the backstory, I'll read you the first entry. And I hope to be doing this series maybe once a week, hopefully, or just a couple times a month, randomly. Like, it will be posted when I don't have any other Fun Friday video to post, okay? So here's the first entry that I wrote. Sunday, November 28, 2004, 10:40 p.m. I just lost my best friend, Xanga. Mommy said it was a good thing since I was so emotional over it. I told her that she doesn't understand. Nobody does and ever will. Xanga was my only true friend. I could just write my feelings, thoughts, and emotions whenever I wanted to. She said I'm gonna get it back next year. That's too far away. I'm gonna go crazy. Well, IG2G, it's getting late. Adios, y God bless. 10:45 p.m. Emotional. Can you believe this? And then at the bottom I wrote 34 days until I see Xanga again. And look at my penmanship. Like, it is absolutely perfect. This is so crazy. So now I want to read to you a random excerpt. I'm just gonna pick one and we'll see what happens. I don't know what this one is about, so it's gonna be crazy. Okay, so here is a random entry of the day. It is from, what date is this? Friday, December 10, 2004, 8:24 p.m. I think Daddy told me to not molest the raisins. I don't know. I just had some raisins soaked in wine and 2 teaspoons of wine. I don't feel tipsy, but my head hurts. What? Okay, so here's a little side note. Jamaicans bake rum cake. I don't know if you guys know that, but Jamaicans bake rum cake, and my father's rum cake was the best rum cake in the whole world. He used to bake it all the time, and so he always had raisins soaking in the house. I was such a bad little girl. Jeez, I would steal like teaspoons of wine-soaked raisins and just plop them in my mouth. I was how old? Almost 14. And I thought I was such a good girl. I did. Like, I didn't think anything was wrong back then when I was doing this. But what do you mean? I've never been drunk in my life, I promise. Listen, for you children out there whose parents keep alcohol in the house, do not steal the alcohol. It's just not, it's stealing. It really is. It's stealing and it's just not good. Don't do it. Don't be like me, okay? I remember I used to steal the raisins and put them in rum and raisin ice cream so that I could like mix it up and make it more rummified and have more raisins. And then when I got older, that's when I started to actually taste the liquor. Like, I probably tasted it just a few times, not like a lot. Like, I wouldn't go, but I would actually go and get the liquor out of the cabinet and like taste it. So this is a message to the parents too. Don't think that your children are innocent because they're tasting your alcohol in your house, okay? Alright, so that's it for today, guys. I don't really know what else to tell you, but there's a lot more where that came from. I have like 5 of these notebooks that I can share with you, and I just think it's a random thing that I want to do. So let me know in the comments what you think about this series. I hope you really enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye!